Welcome to Whiskey Wednesdays, guys. Episode 4. Look, guys, we have a new edition sponsored by Key of Life. Awesomeness. But before we all get a little too excited, I want to introduce you to my buddy Sam. Sam, come on camera a second. You can bring your doodah. It's all good. Come on. This is Sam. Sam is doing all the camera work and stuff behind the scenes and things, so that's good. And obviously, everyone who comes on my show, whether they're a whiskey drinker or not, they have to drink whiskey. So grab your drink, mate. 2 seconds.
Absolutely.
So guys, you guys know that I don't like ice. I have it from time to time, so I'm trying this new contraption out now. They're called whiskey stones. Can you see that? So they're like, I don't know what they're made out of, but they are stones that are meant to keep your whiskey cold. So I'm going to plop them in. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's do 4. 4 bad stones. Right, Sam, let's have a cheers. And we'll get this show on the road. Cheers.
Cheers, big ears.
Right.
Cheers, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Right, get to work. Get to work.
Okay.
I'm not paying you. I'm not paying you for nothing, you know. That's it. This is for love, guys. Sam is he's an enthusiastic cameraman, very talented musician. So at some point we'll have him singing. Do you sing, Sam, or do you just play?
I do sing, of course.
You do sing, amazing.
Everyone sings.
So Sam will be singing and playing on the show at some times. Oh, Maze is saying hello, Sam. Maze from Booty.
Oh, hey, Maze.
She's watching. Thanks for tuning in. So guys, let's get straight to it. Oh, there's a button, by the way, on your Facebook Live that says share this feed. Now, I'd really appreciate it, guys, before I start talking about routines and success habits, if you'd share it with as many people as you possibly can. We just want to try and get the word out. And if they're not drinking whiskey, don't share it with them. Don't bother, because they're just not worth it. That's a joke. Bother. Share it with as many people as you can. Hey, Claire. So, guys, I just love this banner. I think it's pretty cool, right? See what happens, the 4th episode, and we've already got fancy schmancy stuff coming in. You know, this is cool, man. Hello, Stephen. Can't stay long today. All right, James, no worries. Happy Wednesday, brother. You'll catch it on the YouTube channel anyway. But like I say, James, even if you can't stay, just share it with as many people as you can whilst you're on. So let's get started with today's episode, team. Success habits. What I'm going to talk about is routines, and if you're seeing the feed of today's subject, today's episode is all about creating these success habits. And there's a quote I use from Socrates in the header for tonight's episode, which says, Socrates said it, not me. I'm not clever enough. You know, everything that I say, guys, comes from curiosity. It comes from consistently learning and wanting to grow, because if you're not growing, you're dying. You know, so Socrates said, an undisciplined life is an insane life. Now I'm going to say that again. An undisciplined life is an insane life. And that to me just makes absolute sense. Because if you don't have some kind of semblance of routine in your life, you're gonna just be sifting through life, bored and miserable, you know. And that's why we fall into this trap of the school system, you know, 9 to 5, and we grow up because that gives us some semblance of stability in our lives. But it's a wrong kind of stability. If it's not serving you, if you're waking up unhappy, guys, because of what you're doing, just remember, you don't have to. You don't have to be unhappy. We only have one life, team, and it is up to you to get up and get after it. Life, guys, it's a beautiful game, so you got to play to win. So what I'm going to first start with is success. Now, that's a massive, massive word, and it means different things to different people. It can mean being a millionaire. It can mean being an incredible father, a brilliant teacher. If you work in a restaurant, the best waiter. Success has many different meanings for many different people. But for me, success is all about being able to do what you want when you want to do it. So if you find something that you absolutely love to do in life, you'll never work a day again in your life. You'll never work a day in your life. I remember when I got my first professional theatre job, and I felt for the first week or so, I felt so freaking guilty. And I was like, why am I feeling guilty? Why am I feeling guilty? Because I didn't believe that I should be getting paid to do what I was doing. Because it wasn't work. It was not work. I was getting up, but like tap dancing my way out of bed. Do you know, tap dancing my way out of bed. Hey, Helen. Because so I felt guilty because I'd be around people who weren't like that, you know, who were like, oh God, I've got to go to work today. Come on, bring on the weekend. Oh, can't wait for the weekend. And this is another thing, guys. You should never, alcohol, guys, it can be like everything. It can be used for good or evil. Now, if you're drinking alcohol because you're stressed at the end of the day, you want to take the edge off, or you just want to forget and take away the stress, you're drinking it for the wrong reasons. You know, I have a tipple of whiskey from time to time simply because I like it. You know, and the one thing with alcohol or any kind of like, well, I don't do drugs at all, never have, never will. This is my drug right here. I will never, ever, ever touch alcohol, guys, when I'm feeling low or down. Like, for instance, my default setting, if, let's say, I go through a huge breakup, a bad breakup, my default is to throw myself into learning by reading, keeping my mind active and stimulated, and exercise, working out. It is 25 years single malt. Oh, nice. I like the sound of that. What's it called? Islay. So, yeah, so never, guys, never ever find positive habits for when you're feeling low. So instead of turning to you should drink when you feel good. You know, it's a celebration. I always like when I book a new job, like when I book doctors, you know, well, hey, I got to have 2 or 3 whiskeys that week, you know, because you're on a high. Alcohol, guys, like any drug, it's a depressant. There's the high that you get off it, like caffeine, and then there's a crash, there's the low. Yeah? So if you take the high when you're really, really low, the crash is going to be 10 times worse when you come out the other end. You're just putting a band-aid on a huge, huge wound. Instead of doing that, freaking do something that's going to strengthen you mentally, spiritually and physically, guys. That's how you get through those low times. You don't turn to alcohol. Use this for good, guys. Whiskey's good, you know. Use it for fun. Use it for good. Listening in. Cheers, Ruth. Andy, single malt, mate, this one. But I don't mind a bourbon. Bang on with the alcohol, mate. Way too many people using it to mask problems. It is, mate. Get into jiu-jitsu, guys. Do something that'll strengthen you, that'll make you feel really good. Because this stuff, if you have it when you're low, it's going to make you lower. Have it when you're high, you know. Have it when you're high, and then you'll go higher. And then when you do come down off it, you'll just land where you were. But what I'm going to talk about now, guys, success habits, is the importance of routines. How important they are. So you have the routines that are thrown on us, like education. Those routines are actually good, but they're only effective and good if you're using those routines to do something in which you love. So let's first talk about my morning routine. When I'm on it, guys, let's say I've got a new script that I want to write, and I want to get into like just sharper mentally and physically. Without a routine, without that morning routine, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So my morning routine when I'm on fire it looks a bit like this. I get up at between 4 and 5 a.m. in the morning. I will meditate for 20 minutes. And the meditation, it doesn't matter what it is. It can be, like, I just go on YouTube, to be honest. There's so many good meditation things on there. After I've meditated for 20 minutes. So I'm working on my spirit there, the calmness. Then I will read for an hour. So I will be instilling positiveness in my mind. I'll be strengthening my mental muscle, which is so important. Then after I've read for an hour, I will go and train like an absolute ninja. Yes, guys, I said I will go and train like an absolute ninja, and I will be putting my money where my mouth is. Eventually, you're going to see a lot of these on Motivational Mondays, me getting my absolute ass kicked, where I'm in such uncomfortable positions that I'm almost throwing up, and I'm just dying. I physically can't move anymore. I train like a ninja, because the only way to achieve whatever success means for you is to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know, your life begins at the end of your comfort zone. So if you stay inside that comfort zone, all you're going to get is mediocrity. You're going to be mediocre. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Thanks for sharing, Joe. Nice one, mate. Just trying to look at your picture, because sometimes Joe can be a woman, can't it? So if you're a woman, I apologize, I can't see the pictures, but thank you all the same. So yeah, my morning routine: meditation for my spirit, reading for my mind. Do you know? So at the moment I'm reading a great book by Robin Sharma called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. It's phenomenal, and it's all about a multi-gajillionaire. I like making numbers and words up, so gajillion's one of mine. That's a Whiskey Wednesdays, and let's hashtag that. A gajillionaire, this lawyer who was 53 years old. I'm not going to tell you the whole story, because you might want to go off and read it yourselves. 53 years old, he's got the Ferrari, he's got the house, but he's 53 going on 73. He's miserable, he's overweight, he's battered. But his idea of success back then was material gains, material things. And it all stopped when he had a massive heart attack. Massive heart attack. Remember what I said about health being the number one thing? Health is wealth. Without that, you have nothing. Nada. That's why the key of life, Mondays is all about health. Wednesdays is about the balance. Having the whiskey, educate your minds, coming and having a cultured conversation like this. And guys, feel free to ask questions at any point. You know, this is what this is for, this Facebook Live, this interaction, this is what we want. So it's to be cultured, to learn, to grow together as a team by sharing each other's habits. And like I said, my routine is going to look very different to yours, but every single routine has one thing in common, guys: discipline. Discipline is the key to freedom. Discipline is the key to success. But the only way you're going to be able to become truly disciplined, guys, to start off with, to create indestructible success habits, is if you find something that you genuinely care about. And that's hard. That's a hard thing to do. But like I said, if it was easy, team, everybody would do it. If it was easy, everybody would be tap dancing to work. You know, everybody would be living the great life. I keep leaning forward so I can read the how do you not give up? May's great question. How do I not give up? It's simple. The answer to that is simple, but it's not easy. I love what I do. That's it. If you genuinely find what you love, you will never work a day of your life. You'll never ever quit. Don't get me wrong, it's still a struggle. It's still a struggle, and you're going to get days where you're like, why am I doing this? Why am I putting myself through such pain and heartache? But what's the alternative? Every day I wake up and go, wow, something amazing could happen today. My life is so unpredictable because I'm moving towards great things. I mean, look at this now, episode 4. We've got it's like a proper studio now. You know, I wonder if you could drink on ITV Studios. Probably they do have those. Yeah, they do, don't they, Sam? They have those late night shows. So how do I not give up? It's finding something that you love to do, and that's what makes discipline easier. This is what I was going to talk about, discipline. The only way to allow yourself to be truly disciplined, hey Jabs, is to find something that you genuinely want to be great at. And that's the crux of it. So you need to write stuff down, because if it's in your head, guys, you know, it's going to stay in there. You need to put them down, physically put them down. It's much easier to enjoy work when you feel you have a purpose, even if you don't love what you do. 100% Danny, I 100% agree with that. But why not have purpose and love? You literally can have it all. You can have it all. Guys, I'm an actor by trade. That's what I do. I freaking love that. But I also love this. You know, I love discussing the struggles and the highs and the lows of true love and working for what you want to do. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it's about. So your morning routine, guys, it has to be spot on. Like you hear Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and them getting up at 3:30 and stuff like that. When I first came across that, I was like, wow, that's a bit nuts. That's crazy. No one can do that. Arnold Schwarzenegger, if you like sleep, some of you like sleep more than you like success. That's the worst Arnie impression ever. I won't do that again. It's usually better when I'm not drinking. Well, that's what I'll tell you guys. But I realise what they mean by that. For me, when I'm on it, like when I've got a new script to write and I've set a specific goal, it's written down, it's in my journal, I can see it, and then I can strategize around that goal. It is unbelievable. I bounce out of bed, guys. I bounce out of bed at 3:30. I've already set everything up in my living room, so there's absolutely no excuse. The night before, everything is set up. So success habits, guys, you need to make sure that you're feeding your spirit, feeding your mind, and feeding your body. So that's meditation, whatever form of meditation yours is. And I do 20 minutes. You don't have to do 20 minutes. Start with 5. I read for an hour. You don't have to read for an hour. Start with 5. And again, everybody learns differently. For me, I love having a book and reading. So the way I learn effectively is visually. But some people, they might be more auditory, and what that means is you learn better when you listen. Like for you guys who are tuning in tonight, you're listening to this. Well, it's visual as well because you can see me, but you're listening to what I'm saying. So instead of reading, you can get audiobooks or podcasts. So your 5 minutes, 20 minutes or an hour of reading, and you'll build up to that. Eventually your mind will get so strong through the consistency that you might have started on with 5 minutes on day 1, but by day 15, you're reading for 20 minutes. So whether you're visual, whether it's a physical book and you learn better from that, or whether it's audio where you put headphones on and you listen to something, if that's your way of learning, you've got to find what works best for you. Everybody is different. We are all individuals, you know. So my success habits, the only thing that we'll all have in common is those 3 things: meditation, spiritual work, that's your spiritual work, education, your mental work, and your physical work, your physical workouts. They're 3 components, but we all might attack them differently, which I've just explained there. So that is my morning routine, guys. And now when I was making Abe, the only way I got to make that, guys, for it to actually get to a finished product, because there'll be a lot of you guys out there who have brilliant ideas, but you never get any of them, not just off the floor, not just started, but you might get halfway through and then you go on to something else. You're not learning to finish. And the only way you can finish, guys, is by having a clear strategy, a success routine, creating these success habits. And like I said before, I repeat a lot because repetition is the key to success, and I want it to really, really sink in, guys. If you have something that you love, discipline becomes easier. And if you have discipline, your routine will become easier. So you're just making life easier for yourself. If I wanted to create an app tomorrow, it's not happening because I'm not interested. My passion and my heart doesn't lie there at this moment in time. My passion and my heart lies in creating this show, the Whiskey Wednesday show, which you can hear it in my voice, guys. This isn't like, I ain't making this up. You can't fake this. There's no script. There's no producers and stuff telling me what to do. I'm just talking, guys. I'm talking and trying to be as honest as I possibly can. So by finding something that you love, your success habits will become easier. Now, discipline is so important, guys. Getting up at 3:30 in the morning will be a hell of a lot easier if it's doing something you love. It won't seem like a chore. You'll bounce out of bed, guys, because you'll know, I have to get this done because I've got to go to my job that pays the bills next, that puts a roof over my head. And I might, hello, Kulbinder. And I might not like the job that I'm doing, but it's essential because it's putting food on the table. It's keeping a roof over my head. But the only way I'm going to work towards my dreams is by getting my butt out of bed that little bit earlier or staying up later. I'm a morning person, so my success habits, when I'm doing something, I have to do them first thing in the morning. If I'm writing especially, my creativity dies around 12 o'clock in the afternoon when it comes to writing. My writing is always better in the morning. But Quentin Tarantino, he's a night owl. He'll literally stay up all night writing and sleep all day. I'm the complete opposite. But we end up with the same results, a finished script. Obviously, he's about a bajillion times better than me at the moment, but he's got more skin in the game. He's been in the game longer and he's been more consistent than me. Do you know what? Time in the game is important. So that discipline, getting up at 3:30 in the morning, will be so easy if you're actually doing something that you love. That's how you create good morning routines. So let me go over that again. Make a plan, strategize. So I'm going to work on my meditation. I'm going to work on my spirit. I'm going to work on my mind. And I'm going to work on my physical activity. If you do those three things, even if you did 10 minutes, guys, of each, that's 30 minutes of your day. 30 minutes is nothing. 30 minutes for the rest of your life. You know, and if you say, oh, I haven't got time and stuff like that, then there's no helping you. Because if you really want something, guys, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. It really is as simple as that. So that's my morning routine. And that is one of the things that leads me to these success habits. And putting it into practice, Abe, I was coaching. So my first client when I was personal coaching in LA, it is a mindset game, 100%. I got that steel ball for the whiskey. Well done, Kulbinder. I'm trying whiskey stones now. They're not bad, actually. They're kind of like, they lose the coldness a bit too quickly, but it's still pretty good. Spot on. If you want it, you'll apply yourself. Yes, exactly. But you'll only apply yourself if you love doing it. That's what keeps me in the game. People keep saying, why are you still doing what you're doing? Because what's the alternative? I'm earning good money, keeping a roof over my head, doing something else that I enjoy doing, helping people, training people, giving them that health, and working towards that. And it gives me the freedom to do this, you know. So you gotta love what you do, guys. And if you haven't found that yet, please don't stop. Please don't think, oh well, it's all right for you, Steve. You're so lucky because you found what you love. I am lucky, but guys, I hunted for it, and I'm now on a journey where I won't stop. I will never, whether I'm getting paid a bajillion pounds or a couple of £100, I'll be doing this for the rest of my life. I know this. But what I want to tell you is there'll be some of you sat there going, oh, but it's too late for me, man. I'm 40 or I'm 50. It's game over. And now if you're thinking like that, man, just grow up here because you're so wrong. You're giving up on it. You might as well just call it a day then. I'm going to be 40 in, holy moly, 4 weeks, 1st of August, 40 in 4 weeks. I'm not even halfway through my life. And so for me, I get excited because I'm like, holy crap, I'm doing this now. What's it going to be like in 6 months' time? Where am I going to be if I keep consistent, if I keep these routines going? It excites me. The guy who created McDonald's or like turned that into and I'm not a McDonald's fan, but I'm talking from a business perspective. 52 years old. He was broke as a joke, going door to door trying to sell milkshakes to burger companies. He was a salesman, And then he came across this idea. Why did he find it? Because he never stopped hunting. He was doing what he had to do to get himself to where he needed to be. And that's another thing. You have to do what others won't today so you can have what others can't tomorrow. So if you haven't found what is going to allow you to create beautiful, successful habits yet, that's step number 1, team. So be writing every day and be hunting. Try a million different things. I'm drinking Hague Club for the first time. It's going down. Hey! Good. I love it, guys. I love it. Remember, everything in moderation. The key of life, it's about balance. So yeah, going back to that, you've got to find something that you love. It'll allow you to be disciplined, guys. And another thing that'll stop you, how to create good success habits. Anything worth doing, guys, you're never going to start off good. You're not even going to be like average. Anything worth doing is worth doing badly, and then eventually it will become great. Do you understand? So I'm going to repeat that again. Anything great is worth doing badly until you get it right. You know, you've seen, this is episode 4, guys. You've seen me do it a couple, look. Every single week there's something different, there's something added to and so you're growing. I don't know what I'm doing. Do you know, I'm here and I'm just doing. I'm not allowing myself to overthink. I've set a strategy, a routine, another success routine. I've committed myself to go, okay, I'm holding myself accountable. 9 to 10 Whiskey Wednesdays every Wednesday without fail. Some weeks that may not be possible, but every week there will be an episode. It might be Tipsy Tuesdays, someone suggested. Hey Kendra, remember guys, if you're watching, share it with everyone on your Facebook, get people on. So now, by creating that routine, guys, success habits, by creating that routine of going, okay, every Wednesday there's going to be this, every Monday I'm going to release something about health. Boom, I've set it up. I've set myself up for success. And now it's all about the continuity, the consistency, you know, because people, they overestimate what can be achieved in a year, but they underestimate what they can achieve in 3 years. Everyone wants it now. Everyone wants it yesterday. Doesn't work that way. And again, the only way you're going to keep in the game and stay consistent is if you genuinely enjoy what you're doing, you know. And I enjoy this. I enjoy having good people, cultured people who want to learn and expand. And there's I don't know how many people are on here at the moment, but keep sharing. Wobbly Wednesday. It rhymes. I like it when it rhymes. But yes, guys. So anything that is great, if you're aiming for greatness, it's worth doing badly until you get it right. Just start. So many people's dreams, their fears are so strong that they override their ability to dream, you know, and you can't allow that to happen, guys. You've got to face your fears, and success comes from failing over and over again. My Jesus, I've failed. Let's say for every one success I've had, I've probably had 300 failures. That's not even an exaggeration, probably more. Evening, hope you are all having, yay Kendra, evening. So yeah, routines, nighttime routines, guys. So during the day, if you're like me, if you're in exactly the same position as me and you have to have a job to pay your bills, 9 times out of 10, your daytime's going to be, that's going to be fixed for now. For now, you need that job to pay those bills. That's totally and utterly fine. So you need to find any pocket you can, an hour here, 30 minutes there, and structure it, write it into a diary, a timetable. Remember timetables at school, they are incredible, but only if you're studying things that are going to help you grow. Things that are going to give you great passion, that are going to allow you to speak and you can feel it, to be able to feel it again, that Shia LaBeouf, just do it! That is, people take the mick out of that, but when I watched that, I was like, I loved it because he's literally screaming his passion. He's trying to show you what it takes, and you'll only find that passion when you truly find what you love. So keep hunting, try many things. I wanted to be a journalist, didn't work out. Why? Because I didn't really want to be a journalist. I wanted to be a lawyer, didn't work out. Why? Because I didn't really want to be a lawyer. I was wanting it for the wrong things. I was like, ooh, if I'm a lawyer, I'll have a big flash car and a Ferrari and all these stuff. That's why I want to be a lawyer. But I was miserably bored. So it was obvious that I didn't want to do that. You'll truly find what you love doing when you know that you do it for free. When you feel like an imposter when you're doing it. So when you're getting paid to do something, like I said, when I got my first theatre jobs and I was getting paid to do it, I'd be like that. Thinking that someone's going to put the hand on my shoulder and go, excuse me, mate, we're the fraud squad, and what do you think you're doing getting paid? This isn't work. This isn't work. And they're right. It's called imposter syndrome when you feel unworthy of getting paid for what you love. Do you know what I mean? But that's the beauty of life. We only have one life, guys. Play to win. Imposter syndrome's a beautiful thing when you feel that you're not worthy of doing what you're doing. You know, and people will try, and good people as well, because their fears drive them as opposed to their desire, their dreams. Their fear drives them more than their desires. That imposter syndrome, feeling as though I shouldn't be getting paid for this. That's when you know that you've found your calling. When you do it for free. When you do it for free. And that is the beauty of it. That is the beauty of this thing called life. So your morning routine set, guys. It depends. You have to manipulate it to suit your lifestyle. I'm giving you examples from my lifestyle, and I always adapt to whatever situation I am in. The whiskey, yes. Whatever situation I'm in or environment, I adapt to that. So back in LA, my first client was at 5 o'clock in the morning. This was brutal. This was brutal work. I needed that money though, and I was also working in a juice shop. And I was desperate to write something and create something because my dreams were dying, man. I was not getting auditions, and I was sat there going, oh, I'm dead. I'm dead from the waist up. I'm moving, but I'm not growing. I'm dying. I'm earning to survive. That's not a life, guys. Earning to survive is not a life. Self-achievement is the biggest paycheck you can get. Self-achievement, yeah, finding something that you enjoy to do, you know, without a doubt. But I was dying, so I was like, I've got to find that zest and take control. So what did I do? And it was absolutely brutal. So when I had that 5 o'clock start, guys, I was getting up at 2:30 in the morning, 3 o'clock. From 3 till 4. I would write because it'd take me an hour. So it was only an hour's writing. It'd take me an hour to drive to Venice Beach to coach. Then I'd drive over to Venice Beach. I'd coach my first client till 6 o'clock. Then I'd drive home. I'd get home by 7. I'd write for another hour, 7 to 8. So I've got 2 hours on my dream. I've worked 2 hours on my dream in the hour's journey because I couldn't read. I needed to work on my physicality, like I told you, adapting. So, not my physicality, my mentality. Audiobooks in the car. So I'm getting 2 hours of education, brain work in there. So already I've earned some money by coaching. I've spent 2 hours writing my dream film, creating the thing that gets me going more. And I've spent 2 hours educate my brain. And guys, it's only 7 o'clock in the goddamn morning, and I've done more in those 4 hours than people will do in an entire week. Isn't that insane? So even if I don't do anything for the rest of the week, I've won. And then at 8 o'clock, I'd be driving because the shifts at the juice bar had changed, but they were usually like 9 or 10 o'clock starts. So 8 o'clock, I'd be driving to the juice bar in Melrose, and I'd be working all day with a massive smile on my face on those winning days. Why? Why was I smiling so much? because I've worked for 4 hours on my dream. I've worked for 4 hours on my dream. I'm starving because I'm starving myself. I'm in a juice bar now for 10 hours, getting some not so pleasant customers coming in and some pleasant customers coming in. But it didn't matter who came in. I had a smile on my face and I'd served them with so much delight and joy and enthusiasm because I knew I'm not going to be in there forever. I've worked for 4 hours on my dream and I'm one step closer. I'm one step closer to getting there, and I'm getting emotional now, guys, because I know how passionate I am about what I do, and I know how important it is to every single one of you. Hey, Anna, every single one of you to find this discipline, and it'll only come through love. So that job, that pay the bills job, became so much easier for me. So much easier because I'd worked towards my dream. And you all know how that dream turned out. I made a film, I finished it, I got it on Amazon and iTunes and all these things. It's beautiful, but that's because 3 to 4 days a week for 6 months consecutively, I did that until I had a finished script, and then I took it to the next stage with these routines. Now your evening routine, guys, your evening routine. Loving the Whiskey Wednesday sign. Thank you. Sponsored by Cull. How cool is that, guys? It's awesomeness. And guys, please keep sharing this. Please keep sharing this on your Facebook feed. Get as many people on. And please get as many people to subscribe to the YouTube channel as possible. So I've just given you an example from my life of how I achieved something that people said was impossible. You know, and this is the hard thing about your dreams. People are going to put you off left, right and centre. And not even people who don't like you, guys. It's going to be people who love you because they're going to have immense amounts of fear for you. What you're doing, don't do it, don't do it. You cannot listen to those noises. You can't. They mean the best for you, but they're going to steer you down a path of comfortability, and that path of comfortability leads to mediocrity, and that mediocrity leads to death, guys. Leads to death. Do not die. You know, there's a saying that people, 90% of people die when they're 25. Isn't that nuts? This is the rest of the saying. 90% of people die when they're 25, but they don't get buried till they're 75. Because that's around the average age, 25, when people lose hope. When people stop dreaming, when they revert from that childlike enthusiasm. When you're a kid, you're bouncing about, I want to be a spaceman, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a scientist. There's unlimited possibilities, but as you get older, fear sets in. What's the best thing you've read that's kept you going? Wow! That's an incredible question. I love that. Thanks, Laura, for that. The best thing I've read that's kept me going. Woohoo! That's a big question. Let me tell you what I'm listening to at the moment that I think will help a hell of a lot of people. And it's a free podcast, Oprah Winfrey Soul Sessions. It's incredible and it's so motivational and inspirational. So I'd listen to that. The best book I've ever read, it depends. I love to read autobiographies of people who I love and respect, and careers and success stories that I want to emulate. Because let me tell you one thing, guys, success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. You wanna build an incredible car company, then go out and buy Henry Ford's biography and copy and duplicate what Henry Ford has done. You want to create an incredible online store, then go learn from the best. Go and buy Jeff Bezos's autobiography. Jeff Bezos, for those of you who don't know, is a guy who created Amazon, one of the richest men on earth. But don't let monetary wealth, steer you in a wrong direction, because he didn't do that to think, oh, I'm going to be a millionaire. It was a passion of his, and money is it's just a beautiful secondary thing of doing what you love. You can get paid to do what you love, guys, and at first it'll feel weird, but then it's awesome. would you do a Whiskey Wednesday back in Borough? Rue, I'm going to have to, because, you know, I'm travelling about a bit, so, and I've got to keep consistent and true to you guys. You guys who are watching right now, you're at the beginning of this thing, and like I said in the last episode, please email me, inbox your email addresses, because when this turns into a studio show, you guys will be the first ones to be invited to sit in that audience, because you've been with the show from the start. And hold me to that, guys. So when we're talking about success, like I said, it means very many things for different people. Success isn't about money, but we're going to talk about money in a minute, because money is important. It's about loving what you do and earning a living from it. I'd rather earn 25 grand a year doing what I love, as opposed to 100 grand a year doing what I hate, you know. But the irony is, when you find something that you love, because you'll work harder at it, you'll end up earning more money than you will ever dream of doing something what you don't love. When I've earned more money as an actor than I would have if I'd have become a lawyer, because I'd have been a mediocre lawyer, because my heart wasn't in it. I wouldn't have loved it. I'd have been mediocre at that. But because I'm so passionate about the acting, and I'm wanting to learn all the time and get better and better, I'm so passionate about the writing, I will continue on that path, and I will never stop growing. You know, I'll be 80 years old, guys, and I'll still be sat here chatting to you guys. I'll still be trying to find that next level. I'll still be trying to grow. There's no such thing as retirement when you're doing what you love, guys. Someone said to me, "Oh, so when do you think you'll retire?" I was like, never. Have we got 2 minutes? 20 minutes. Sorry, 20 minutes. Awesome. Sam's just telling me what time we're on. So guys, when you find what you love to do, you will never ever retire. Again, look at Richard Branson. He's younger than any 40-year-old, 30-year-old on the planet, smashing life because he loves what he's doing. 18-hour days, and not 18-hour days to him. If you could sit round the pool for 18 hours, when you go on holiday, you get bored eventually, and you become mind-numbingly bored and dead, because you're not stimulated. But if you find something that you love, an 18-hour shift, guys, yeah, you'll be knackered. You'll be absolutely knackered by the end of it. But at the same time, you'll get this incredible feeling of exhilaration. Last week, I shot Doctors. I shot that episode of Doctors. Just message you with my... Nice one, Kulpinder. Just message me with your email address. Remember, keep sharing this, guys, a Facebook live feed. If you send me your email address, guys, you'll be the first ones to jump on the show when it becomes a studio show. Hi. Why the Whiskey Wednesday is only 1 hour? It's too short. I love your passion. We need... Bless you. It's just...
Batteries there.
It's because, yeah, it's I guess I actually don't know the answer to that. I think it's because I need to get up at 4 o'clock and do my thing. I'm gonna soon. I'm having a little rest at the moment, so my routine is not as solid as possible, as it could be and is when I'm on fire. But I still need that rest. I just finished work. I missed it. It'll be on the YouTube channel, Emma. You haven't missed anything. There's still 20 minutes and there's still a lot of gold. And Emma, ask as many questions as you want. So, yeah, let's talk about success and money. There's a saying, money is the root of all evil. How many of you guys have heard that saying? Hey, John, how many of you guys have heard that saying, money is the root of all evil? It's the exact opposite, guys. The lack of money is the root of all evil, and I'll tell you why, guys. Because when people don't have money, they'll steal. When people don't have money, they'll rob, they'll kill, they'll do all sorts of crazy stuff, they'll beg. And there's nothing wrong with some of those people. They have no other choice but to beg. So when people don't have money, they'll do the most... When people are desperate, they'll do crazy things. But with money, guys, with money, you can help people. You can contribute to society. You can invest in people's... I got a scholarship to go to Arts Ed, to live my dream, because my family have given me everything. The most they've ever given me is indisputable and indestructible support. You know, even when I've not believed in myself, they've believed in me, and they've slapped me around the head a few times when my heart sank. Because it's when you're doing something you love, guys, you're gonna go on a roller coaster. Your heart's gonna break over and over again, but every time it repairs, it gets stronger. So let me say that again about money. The lack of money is the root of all evil. Because with money, it gives you freedom, it gives you independence, and you don't need millions. You know, you don't need millions, but you need to be financially secure so you don't have that burden hanging over your head. But earning money, when you're earning it doing something that you love, when you're giving great value back to the world, you're helping people grow, you're helping people progress, you're inspiring them with whatever you're doing, you're saving people's lives if that's what your passion is. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, sorry, I missed that question. And again, guys, because it goes up really, really quickly, please, if you've got a burning question that you want to ask, you keep seeing me doing this, it's because I'm trying to get close at the camera to see what people are writing. So please just copy and paste your question and just keep banging it on there. So yeah, so money, guys, please get yourself out there. One, find something that you love doing. Write your goals down. Make them visceral and visual. You know, write them down. And once you've done that, start constructing a plan, a routine to get there. So start reading, guys. It starts with reading. So let's just take one thing, guys. I don't know. All my life, and this is just me pretending, like, because I know what I'm here doing, what I want to do, and it's incredible. But so let's say there is someone out there who wants to be a director. You wanna direct movies, but you haven't even started. You haven't got a clue where to start. You have no idea. This is the first thing you need to do. You need to go on this amazing thing that can be used for good. It's called Google. And it can be used for good or it can be used for bad, like anything. And you Google your favorite director. So if you've watched films that blow your mind, let's say, for instance, I don't know, The Departed with Leonardo DiCaprio, directed by Martin Scorsese, or Gangs of New York, which is another Scorsese movie. You go online and you Google everything that Scorsese's done. Interviews, because when you're passionate about something, you will devour that knowledge. Interviews, talk shows he's been on, lectures he's given, books that he's written, films that he's done. You go back into the history and watch his early films, his short films. Christopher Nolan, another great director, because I love his work. I watched a ton of his short films on YouTube. Tom Hardy, who's my favourite actor, who I love and one day want to work with and will work with. He's done a ton of short films. They're all on YouTube. It's all there for you. Hey, I'm good, Samantha. Thank you. It's all there. So, you want to be a great director? Find the director that you love. Find everything on the internet and books that he's written, and copy him. That's how you start to build a strategy. And you can apply that rule, guys, to anything. You want to be a doctor? Find a doctor that you admire. Go talk to them. Read the books and medical books they've made. Lawyers, same thing. You want to be an incredible hotelier. I know nothing about that, but off the top of my head, Hilton Hotels. I can guarantee you guys there's an autobiography or a biography out there documenting the Hilton life and how he became Hilton. You want to be an entrepreneur. Jesus, the books are endless. Richard Branson, straight away, Losing My Virginity. It's all out there, guys. Getting that knowledge is important, and then taking action on the knowledge, because knowledge isn't power, guys. Taking action on the knowledge you devour is power. That rhymed, and I didn't even mean that. Gangs of New York, really good film. I really, really love it. So do I, guys. So you've got to find what you love to do. Find that first and then take action. So we've talked about morning routines or success habits which lead on to allowing you to enjoy your day job a hell of a lot more than you would if that was it for you. If that was it for you and you're just waiting for the weekend like, yeah. And then going to bed on a Sunday crying like that in the shower. Because you know you've got to get up to do something that you hate doing. Don't do that. Don't do that, guys. You have time. Whether you're 15 or 65, guys, we always have time. Every single day is a new day to get up and freaking win. Freaking win. So, I'm going to have another sip of this. So, yeah. You need to get out there and find this. Nighttime routines, guys. You've got to protect your mind. You've got to be very careful of what you put in this noggin of yours because it is precious and it's like a camera. Without you realizing it, subconsciously you are recording every single thing that goes into your brain. So I don't have a telly, guys. And what I mean by that is I do have a telly, but I don't have TV channels. I don't watch television because 99% of the things that are on there are depressing and negative. I have YouTube. And I put the things on that I want to feed my mind. So in the morning, motivational speeches, whatever it is. And I have Netflix and Amazon and BBC iPlayer. And I watch the shows that I choose to watch. When I'm in the car, if I get in the car with someone, this might sound a bit mental, but I don't like them to have the music on. And I ask them because I don't want my brain to be filled with stuff that I don't want to put in there. And I know that sounds nuts and that sounds extreme. Try for a week. Watch the difference. When I go to bed, guys, my phone stays in the living room right here and I go to bed and I switch the phone off at least an hour before I go to bed, except for Whiskey Wednesdays because I need to upload it and stuff like that. This is the only day. And the TV goes off an hour before I go to bed. You know, that's my nighttime routine. I want everything switched off and I'm so careful of what I put into this brain of mine. And things that are on, you know, during the day, it has to feed my soul. It's stuff that needs to feed me. So there, we've gone through your morning routines. Your obviously, if you've got the spare time to work during the day, then do it. But this is like the extreme version when you have to do what you have to do to get to where you want to go. So you've got your morning routines, you've got your nighttime routines, and you've got your daytime job, which will become a lot more easier if you find what you love. Zig Ziglar, guys, he's a great guy. I love it. Read anything by that guy. He's unbelievable, and you'll probably be able to get podcasts from him. But he said, money won't make you happy, but everyone wants to find out for themselves. And that's so important. You'll get people going, oh, you know, money won't make you happy. But 99.9% of the time, the people who say that don't have any money. Do you know what I mean? And you will become, like, it's a well-known fact that the community you surround yourself with, protecting your brain, you become a product of your environment. You really do, because it rubs off on you. So, if you're hanging about with passionate people, enthusiastic people, like I am right now with you guys, that's going to rub off on you. But if you're hanging about with people who are like, oh, yeah, I've got to go to work. How are you, mate? Yeah, not great, man. Life, shit, isn't it? Immediately you're gonna like when I'm in rooms like that, guys, I go, yeah, nice one, and I'm out. I disappear like a bat out of hell, you know. So you got to get out of there. You've got to get out of there. So, and with a lot of my more affluent friends, I've got friends who are absolutely killing life, but in the best possible way, guys, because they're earning millions doing what they love doing, but they weren't for a very long time. You're talking 18 years, 20 years in the game to get there, and they were like, I didn't even realize that I got up every day doing what I love doing. Story of Netflix. the guy who created Netflix, and you can watch this on Stanford University. There's a lecture where he's been interviewed on it. Again, feeding your brain and how difficult business is. But if you're doing a business that you love, it becomes easy. So he had another job, which was paying his bills. And when he invented Netflix, when he started off that, it was a mail order DVD thing. So it was like you sent off your DVD, he sent DVDs off to you, and everyone was doing that, Blockbuster and everyone. And he was still working his normal job. And for the first 5 years, he was working at a loss. Netflix wasn't just breaking even, he was losing money for 5 years, guys. I always think you could have 4 or 5 consistently average years. Yep, Kendra, 100%. So imagine a new business owner, when they lose in the first year, which is completely and utterly normal, they cack their pants and they close up shop. The fear sets in, oh, I'm losing money. The reality is, guys, unless you're very, very fortunate, and nowadays you don't have to lose money, you really don't, with all the internet businesses you can create. But again, you have to love doing that internet stuff to make it work, otherwise you're going to quit. So for the first 5 years, he was losing money. And for the second 5 years, guys, so we're going up to year 10, he was breaking even. Wow, my hobby, the thing that I love doing, because I love movies, I love films, started breaking even. Bye-bye, good night, Samantha. He started breaking even. And then, all of a sudden, he discovered, oh, what if I make it an online content where I buy the rights to put all these shows on and then do it that way? And the amount of mistakes he made. So you're talking 10 years of his life not making a penny, still working another job. Then all of a sudden, year 11, boom, millions, in that profit. But it took 10 years to get there. Then all of a sudden, roller coaster. And then more, because he kept the momentum going. Then he came up with original content. Now everyone's copying. You copy great YouTube originals, Amazon originals. They're all doing it now. Hulu, there's so many of these different platforms. But he came up with it first. Blockbuster, they didn't want to adapt. They got too cocky and they died. They got blown out the water. So you've got to find something that you love, and you've got to be willing to lose in order to win. And the only way you're going to be willing to lose and be willing to fail if you truly find something that you're passionate about. So yeah, I think it's almost time.
2 minutes.
We got 2 minutes, guys. So for the final 2 minutes, if you've got any questions that you want to ask, please share this with everybody. Idea. What Whiskey Wednesdays become a live show in Richmond, and then it gets recorded live as well. Yeah, absolutely. I always want this to be a live show. I don't want that format to change. We'd have to get more equipped, because again, things get created twice, guys. This is what I'll finish with. Things get created twice. First, they get created in your mind, your thoughts, and then they get created in reality. Your thoughts become things. Your thoughts become things. So if you're feeding your mind with negativity, oh God, I've just got a feeling it's going to be a bad day. You've created it in your mind. You're going to create that in reality now. Knock that straight out there. You get up and you go, I'm going to win today. This is going to be unbelievable because I've made a plan. I'm going to stick to that plan. I'm going to execute that plan because I love what I'm doing and I'm going to win. You've created that in your mind. You can see it visually. Now you're going to put it out there and you're going to create it in reality. All the way from LA, Devinder, greetings. We've only got 2 minutes left, sir, so we're going to... there's 22 people watching. If you guys want me to stay on longer, please let me know. The structure will be 9 to 10. But if you want me to stay on longer and answer questions now, we'll go into questions. Please just ask away. Have a good evening. So yes. So you create things twice, guys. First in your mind and then in reality. So please, please, please keep that mind strong. And yes... it is impossible to go through every single day without having a negative thought, but as soon as it comes in, you can flip it like a camera. Bump, knock it out of your head and put something positive in its place. Visualize it all the time. You'll catch yourself saying, oh God. As soon as you hear yourself saying that, go, oh good. Just flip it. Flip it, guys. Loads better than Love Island. Wait. I know what Love Island is, guys, but like I tell you, I will not put garbage that isn't going to serve me into my brain. That mindlessness, that mindless entertainment, I will not put into my brain. And there's nothing wrong with that. People do need that release. Cool, man, if that's what works for you, if you're going to get a mass amount of productivity out of that, and it's going to leave you feeling stimulated, and it's going to help your world and your life become better, cool. Get on with it. Night, Emma. So yes, guys, it is 10 o'clock now, so if you've got any questions, please feel free to ask. Create great habits, guys. 67 days it takes to create brand new habits. So that's about 10 weeks. So create a 12-week plan. And that doesn't mean you have to do it every day. I'm going to do 50 press-ups 4 days a week for 12 weeks. By the end of that 12 weeks, guys, it'll be so ingrained, that positive habit will be so ingrained in your brain that it'll become second nature. You'll do it without thinking. You'll do it without thinking. Yes, guys, lots of hate for Love Island. You'll do it without thinking, team, and that's what you want to do. You want to find these things that are going to serve you. And if you've got children, guys, young children, what would you rather have them see? Because like I said, you become a product of your environment. So if a kid comes home and he sees this, what's for tea? I'm fuming. Boss is an a-hole. I don't want to swear because I want this to be accessible for everyone. I've had a bad day. Like, I'm not respected. Where's my drink? What's on telly? Yes, let's put Big Brother on. What's for tea? Broccoli and Sam. No, I'm not eating that. Let's order McDonald's. What's your kid going to pick up? He's going to think that subconsciously that's going to seep into his mind, and subconsciously that's what he's going to grow up to be. Fat, unhealthy, and negative. So even if that's the way you are, you don't want that for your kids. You don't even want that for yourself. You do not want that for your kids. So even if that's the way you're feeling, you've got to flip that on your head. You've got to get home, and even if you don't have the energy, you've got to go, come on kids, let's go for a walk. Let's go for a run. Let's do something. And I'm telling you, you are setting your kid up for success. You're setting that kid up for success. That is what you want. Need something better on TV. Whiskey Wednesdays. It's coming. It's coming again. First you see it in your mind. You see it in your mind. And then it becomes a reality. For years, guys, I saw myself, even though I didn't fully believe it, I kept going because I wanted it, because I loved it. I saw myself on stage. I saw myself on TV. I saw myself on the set of huge movies with Tom Cruise, Tom Hardy, and I see myself now in all these big movies with Tom Hanks, Russell Crowe. Those things haven't become a reality yet, but they're in my head. I see them every single day, guys. When I meditate, when I go to bed, when I'm talking to you right now, I'm putting them out there into the universe, and I'm working my ass off towards them. That's what we have to do, guys. We have to keep working. We have to keep growing. We have to keep fighting. I see them first in my mind. I'm creating that reality. Number one, in my mind. And then number two, concretely in the world. The musical theatre world, it happened. Done. Tick. Royal National Theatre, straight plays work. Tick. A regular on a big TV show. Tick. In a big Hollywood movie. Tick. But that hasn't even grown yet. There's just so much further to go with these things. Dreams come true only if you work at them. You know, dreams without a strategy and without setting specific goals, that's all they are. They're just dreams, you know. And I'm going to finish with this because I think it's important. So remember, send your email if you want to be on the first Whiskey Wednesday live studio show. I'm going to finish with one more sip. And this is how we're going to close today. we're going to talk about dreams. This is a closing statement. This is giving me a funny throat. Awesome. Dreams, guys. A lot of people dream when they go to sleep and stop dreaming when they wake up. That is the wrong way to do it. You need to be dreaming when you're awake, because that's when you will take action, when you will set goals, your morning routine, your evening routine, your success habits. That is when they're going to come into reality. So if you take action on your dreams when you're awake, you're going to get one step closer to creating those dreams into an absolute concrete reality. So don't just dream when you're asleep, guys. Please, please, please dream when you're awake. All right, guys, this is episode 4. I'm going to sign off now. Please like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share this with as many people as you can. The link is in the description of this live feed, which will come on as soon as I switch this off. Yes, that's it. And just dream tonight, guys. But I want you to wake up and keep dreaming. Don't you lose that inner light child. So keep dreaming, guys. Not when you're asleep, but more importantly, when you are awake. Thanks for tuning in to episode 4, guys. I love you all. Peace.